Here we go again, another snowstorm headed our way. The National Weather Service is predicting 8 to 10 inches, down slightly from earlier forecasts. That's still a hefty amount of snow, which leads to a question. Where are road crews dumping all of this snow? Reporter Sonia Goins found an answer. She joins us live in Brooklyn Park with more. Sonia?
Now, Shannon, I am Queen of the Hill. I'm off of County Road 81 and 63rd Avenue, and this is just one of the spots where Hennepin County dumps snow. All day long, trucks have been coming and going, depositing snow. They're trying to get ahead of Saturday's big storm. Hennepin County crews have 4 crews out Friday removing snow off bridges and overpasses. It's pretty methodical how they do this. First, a machine comes along and breaks up the snow. Then a huge snowblower follows behind, tossing the white stuff in a dump truck. Officials say it's important they don't let any more snow pile up on the bridges because it could be dangerous for motorists.
The snow can become a ramp, and cars will actually exit the road and fly over the guardrail of the ramp. Same with guardrails as well out in the country or wherever the guardrails are at.
Now, crews are really busy. Besides removing snow, they're also patching up potholes. It's a sign that spring is just around the corner, or at least we could hope so. Live in Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
We do hope so. Thank you, Sonia. Saturday's weather also brings some serious concerns. Could all of this snow raise the risk of spring flooding? We find out more now from Eric Nelson.
Many residents in the northwest suburbs have the winter woes. They are sick of the polar vortex and tired of snow events. They crave heat and dream of sunny locations. But be careful what you wish for.
We've had some pretty heavy snowfalls, and it all depends on how fast it really melts.
This isn't Gooseberry or Minnehaha Falls. Instead, it's the West River Road apartment complex in Brooklyn Park. And all of this ice and snow is going to melt soon, and it's got to go somewhere.
The worst case scenario is if it just all of a sudden warms up and it all melts at once.
According to Corey Loveland, a hydrologist for the National Weather Service,
anything can happen at this point in time.
Conditions are ripe for major flooding in the Twin Cities.
We have the background conditions, the deep frost depths, high soil moisture content, the amount of water within the snow.
If the thermometer rises quickly and there is lots of spring precipitation, floods are likely.
We want moderate temperatures so that it melts just a little bit each day, cools down at night, so we get a cyclical pattern of that melt and refreeze.
Todd Paulson knows all about flooding.
Well, the first year we moved here in 2001, we had the river come about halfway up into the yard, and a lot of neighbors did things with sandbags and that then.
The former Brooklyn Center mayor lives near the Mississippi and has seen the river spill its banks before.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much you can do. If the river's going to rise, it's going to rise. If it's going to get up to the level where it affects the inside of the house, it's just nature taking its course.
Meanwhile, a few miles north in Brooklyn Park, Ken Platt is also close to the mighty Mississippi. As the eagle flies, his house is just 400 yards from the river.
Tried to hit it with a golf ball sometimes, but no luck.
Platt is not concerned about flooding because he is not in a floodplain.
That's what I'm hoping and praying for anyway, that it goes elsewhere before it comes here.
In Brooklyn Park, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
On Saturday night, a charity boxing event will help raise money for a Brooklyn Park police officer battling a rare form of cancer. Officer Emily Krob, a 14-year veteran of the Brooklyn Park Police Force, was diagnosed with RMS, a cancer of the soft tissue. She's currently undergoing chemotherapy. The event Saturday takes place at Uppercut Boxing Gym in Northeast Minneapolis. Tickets are $30 for general admission. Doors open at 5:30. 24 matches are scheduled. About 1/3 of the matches will feature Brooklyn Park police officers. This weekend, epic tales are told on stage at Park Center High School. Students will perform Big Fish, a novel-turned-movie, and eventually Broadway musical. Here's reporter Meredith Hackler.
And here's to what's next.
Our lives are compiled of stories. In the play Big Fish, stories are at the center of everything.
I play a young character, a young Edward Bloom, sort of middle-aged one, and then an older one. So As time went on, I had to find ways to make each of them different from each other.
Play is about the reconciliation between a dying father and his son. The son doesn't always believe the stories his father tells him, but eventually learns they're mostly true.
I personally like the play more just because, I don't know, the music sort of adds another level of intensity. The movie I kind of like also, it's just not as intense. And then like, we sort of try to stray away from being exactly like how the movie is. We try to like have the character be our own sort of person, and we sort of adapt it to us.
The characters are the same, it just was adapted for stage. So you're going to hear music that you didn't hear in the movie, but the essential storyline is almost exactly the same.
And while we all love telling the stories of experiences that we've lived through,
I'm hoping people are inspired to make stories for their kids and things like that.
actors and directors hope people leave the theater thinking about what they'll leave behind once it's time for their curtain to close.
We hope that people leave thinking about what their legacy will be as they leave this earth. The story is about a father who just wants his son to be able to share the stories he shared with his son and to be able to leave a legacy for those that are left on this earth.
For the weekend showcase at Park Center High School, Meredith Hagler, CCX News.
And of course, you can learn more about Big Fish as well as all of our stories on our website, ccxmedia.org.
Hopkins and Wayzata have topped the Class 4A girls basketball rankings all season. After Hopkins won both regular season meetings against Wayzata, the teams met a third time for the Section 6 4A title. Mara Braun gets the steal and layup for Wayzata for an early Wayzata lead. Delayla Shakolas goes coast to coast for the layup for Hopkins. She had a great night, scoring 15 points in the first half, 25 in the game. The Royals established control later in the first half. KK Adams buries a three. Hopkins up 37-25 at the half. But Wayzata isn't done. Annika Stewart heats up, nailing a three to pull the Trojans within 9 at 41-32. The Trojans swing the ball around to Braun. She buries a three to bring Wayzata within 7. And they've got momentum. But that is as close as they get. Paige Beckers heats up from the outside, sinking some big shots for the Royals as they reestablish control. She scores 25 in the game. 8th grader Taylor Woodson drives for the layup plus a foul. Hopkins fights off the Wayzata charge. They win 77-60 and return to state for a 5th straight season.
They're really big, and they use that to their advantage, and we try to make the pace of the game. We try to dictate that, and we did that pretty good, so I like the outcome of the game.
In Section 8 4A, the Maple Grove girls were looking to make it back-to-back state tournament appearances. The Crimson meeting St. Michael-Albertville for the title. Maple Grove's Abby Schulte, nice pass down low. Ari Gordon scores. Sam Carroll hits a three from the corner, putting the Crimson up 20-7 on the Knights. Grove sophomore Kylie Baronic drives and scores 2 of her 16 points. The Knights rally. Kenzie Kramer launches the three and hits. She scores 12 points in the first half. Nice pass from Jaden Hansen to Kendall Cox for 2. STMA cuts the lead to 6 at halftime. Second half, Kramer runs the break and dishes to Lily Tennyson. She scores, tying it at 45 all. Baronic gets a steal and sends Izzy Brandt on the break. She finishes, putting the Crimson up by 5. Maple Grove's Jordan Lampker defended hard, but she gets the shot to fall and draws the foul. He scores 16 in the game. Carroll's shot is off, but Schulte battles for the loose ball and scores. Maple Grove doesn't look back from there, winning 69-58 and completing an emotional section title run.
These group of girls are unlike any other. They're so kind and so caring, and no one in the state thought we were going to win except the Maple Grove basketball program. And I wanted to prove it so bad to my coaching staff and my teammates that have given me so much. And it just means a lot to go to state, especially after last year. We had such an amazing team, and then to continue it this year, especially after losing our first 2 games. We just killed it out there, and we were the better team, and we just played with our defense, and it was amazing.
In Class 3A, Cooper is a defending state champion. The Hawks were the top seed in Section 6 and faced Waconia for the section title Thursday night. Off a missed three from the corner, Asia Wheeler rebounds and passes to her sister Kiera Wheeler. It's a 6-point Cooper lead early. And then Asia Wheeler takes this one all the way to the basket herself, finishing with a layup as part of her 20-point game. But the Wildcats rally. Tess Johnson had a good game. The junior guard scores in this drive, tying the game up. Waconia later takes a 3-point lead into halftime. And the Wildcats extend their lead in the second half. Johnson, great pass to Audrey Swanson underneath for 2. Waconia leads by 6. Less than 3 minutes to go. Andrea Tribble drains a huge 3 for Cooper, putting them on top 50-49. Under a minute and a half to go. Waconia gets a huge steal. And they get out on the break. Johnson and Swanson again. The Wildcats lead by 1. But Cooper gets the last big play in the game. Under 15 seconds to play, Asia Wheeler comes up big, drives and hits the winning basket. And it's Cooper heading back to the state tournament with a 52-31 win. That's it for sports. More news in a moment.